Yes, Manpreet sir. So I think all join, and there are a few people gonna join in another 2-3 minutes. We can start now.
Okay. Okay. So guys, I could see 4 people. Some more people will join. So okay. So let me share my screen and. Yeah. Okay, guys. So our batch is for checkpoint. So guys, before going for the checkpoint, just I want to give you some brief and lost. As far I know, most of the people don't know about the firewall. So today is the first day. So I will just go for some brief of what is firewalls, types of the firewalls. It is actually required if someone knows that, that is fine. But if there is some new people are there who don't know what exactly the meaning of firewall and why it is required. So those things I will try to explain. So instead of going for that, first I will explain what is checkpoint. Checkpoint firewall is a first firewall which actually introduced the stateful firewall. Okay, so you know that it's kind of a leadership. So they have introduced in 1991 around. I'm not sure the exact date and time, but around 1991. Okay, so checkpoint firewall is the first firewall company who's actually made the the firewalls which is a stateful firewalls. Okay, so now here the agenda is that in this course we are going to cover CCSA and CCSE. It means if you are a beginner even in the checkpoint, okay, if you are a beginner even, so from the beginner till the end of the class you would be reach at the advanced level. Okay, advanced level of the after this this all sessions. Okay. So guys, CCSA is, I could see in the core, there are lots of certification offered by the checkpoint. Okay, but for the core certification, there are basically 2. Okay, one is for the checkpoint certified security administrations. Okay, and it is like just an admin level of certification. Okay, who have a very good idea of how to create the policies, how to add the routings, objects, netting, all the basic level of knowledge are covered into the security administrations. And for the CCSE is for the security experts. So who have a expert level of knowledge, like for all the VPNs troubleshootings, all the deep level of troubleshootings stuffs, those are all covered in the expert. So we will see all the from the basic level, also from the expert level also we are going to cover in these sessions. Okay, guys. So let me introduce the operating systems, OS. Okay, so actually we are using Gaia. I will explain all the things. What is Gaia? What is IPSO? What is Splat? Those things all I'm going to cover. But here the version, guys. Here we are using R80. Okay, now R80 40. Okay, now they have also created R80 also, R81 version also. This is a new version they have. Checkpoint has now already introduced. Okay, so we will, this one 80.40 is now the trending one operating system is used in the vast manner. Okay, guys, so that's just a brief introduction of the checkpoint, and we will go through all this today. Let's see. So guys, let me see how many guys are joined. Okay, Riaz, I know Riaz, Shiv Shakti. Okay, so Shiv Shakti is Amardeep. Let me ask you questions that, do you have an experience of the firewalls before, and what is firewalls? Do you guys are aware of this?
No, sir.
No. Okay. So okay. So let me go to the very beginning. Okay, guys. Okay. So introduction of firewalls and all things required. So guys, for the firewall, what is firewall? Okay, I'm going to explain so you will understand that what is firewall and why it is necessary and what is the importance of firewall at the organizations. Okay. So guys, the main thing is that what happened in the very beginning, we have a switches. Okay, in the very beginning of the networking, when the networking stuffs are introduced, and like in the 80s, 70s and 80s mostly. So that time, guys, they are using a hub. Okay, hub and switches. Okay, they are using hub and switches. So hub and switches are actually, they have a more than 24 ports, right? And they are actually helping to connecting PCs, okay, and help to communicate, right? Okay, so like if there is some users are sitting, okay, likewise here also I'm putting some user. So like guys, this hub and switches, if anyone want to, like this PC want to communicate this PC, okay, whatever the traffic he will forward, it will go to the switch, and then switch will broadcast to everyone, and then whoever the respective destination IP address is, that will respond. This is the basics, we know that, right? So with the help of hub and switches, all the communication was going on that time. But what happened, guys? There was some limitation. What is limitation? That time, with the help of hub and switches, a person can only communicate to some, like some apartments, okay, if there is some kind of building, okay. So like, what about the flooring? Okay, it's 100 floors or it's a 20 floors, whatever. Because in America, we can see that 100 floors as well. Okay, 50, 70 floors. Okay, so in the each buildings, like in the one single buildings or apartment, we can communicate. Okay, from one first floor to second floor with the help of switches. From one PC can communicate all above. Okay, so but if you want to talk from one apartment to other apartment or one location to long locations, okay, that was actually not happening. Okay, why? Because switch has a limitation. Switch won't able to provide the routing. Okay, it's only broadcast the directly connected. Okay, so if there is some kind of a different subnet would be there. Okay, so like if there is some kind of a like this is I could see location 1. Okay, office location, I'm saying office location 1, this is office location 2. Okay, and if there are some distance, there could be 100 of kilometers of distance, those people won't able to, those users won't able to communicate. So why? So then they have introduced a router. Okay, so router was actually breaking. What is the meaning of router? Router is actually breaking the broadcast domain. Okay, and it is breaking the broadcast domain, and it helps to forward the traffic with different subnet, with different network as well. So router they have introduced, and router is actually helping me to communicate from one location to other locations. Okay, so router is a very important device, playing a very important role in the network connectivity. Okay, guys. So now, guys, you can see that there is a one. This is my router. Okay, there is my internet cloud connected. Okay, and then, guys, there is a switch. Okay, switch, and then in the switch there is my LAN are connected. Okay, guys, LAN, office LAN. Guys, if anyone from the internet, from the outsides, anyone from the outsides, okay, like legitimate user, if they want to connect to any of the PCs, like PC1, PC2, PC3, PC4, he can able to connect, right? From the internet, traffic will come to the internet, then come to the router. Router have all the routing information and directly forwarded to the PC. Okay, this was happening in the earlier 1980s, 1990s, beginning of the 90s. Okay, 88, some kind of stuff. But guys, what happened? Why? We can see that traffic are simply coming from the different location as well. We can see that, guys, there are no use of firewall, right? Nothing. Firewall is, what is the point of having a firewall if my connectivity is working fine, right, guys? If your connectivity is working fine, what is the use of having a firewall? What is firewall? I'm explaining. Then, guys, there is some kind of a hackers are start, that in the very 1980s I'm talking, hackers are start, start hacking or start stealing the information from office server. Okay, so what happened, guys, in the 1990s, beginning of the 1990s or early 1990s, hackers, okay, hackers are start forwarding the connection, okay, and start connecting to the, this is internet, okay, and this is my router, office router, this is my switch, okay, and what they start doing, this is my suppose important server, okay, and this hacker, what they start doing, they're forwarding the connection and coming to the router, and this traffic by the switch, it will forward to this server. There was no blocking anywhere, no blocking. Anyway, we can do the blocking at the router with the help of standard access list. Yes, we can do that. Okay, but this is also has a limitations. Okay, hacker are using some kind of technical stuff which is router easily it will be bypassed. Okay, router will whatever the policy stuff we can create, it will be bypassed easily, and it is reaching to the important classified server. Like if you have a server, very important server like banking server, defense server, they don't want to disclose anything, okay, because the data is very important, right? You have to be secure your data. So hacker want to hack your secure data, they try to steal your data. Okay, so they're easily, router are easily passing those communication. Nothing are there in between the network which is actually protecting to your, to protecting your server. So a hacker would be prevent, but there is nothing can be protect. Okay, so then they have introduced a firewall, guys. Okay, so what firewall was doing, like this is my internet. Okay, internet is a very insecure stuff, right? Always remember. And this is a hacker, and there is my firewall. Suppose, yeah, I'm putting firewall here, and there is, I'm using a LAN, office LAN. Okay, this is LAN. Your users are sitting there, or server are there. Okay, now if your hacker are forwarding any traffic from the internet coming to the firewall, firewall is has some kind of a firewall is a hardware device. Earlier it also used to be a software, but firewall is a software and hardware based device, which actually what it does, it is start preventing, it is start checking that. Firewall is kind of a security guard. Okay, so firewall is the only stuff which whoever the server from the inside or whoever from the outside network can go. Okay, firewall is only going to be decide that who will go to the internet or who will come from the internet. Okay, so due to that, firewall has some set of security rules. In the firewall, we will create some set of security rules, or we can say policies. We can create a policy, security rules. Okay, we can create a security rules or policy in the firewall. Okay, likewise that whoever I want to allow, okay, you will, like this PC2 can go to the internet. Okay, but PC1 cannot go to the internet, never. So this kind of policy we can create at the firewalls, and even from the outside means from the internet, even from the outside, if anyone coming, okay, to like it is coming for the PC3, so I can decide no one can come to access PC3 from the outside. We can create a policy like that. Okay, so that's how, guys, we can create a policy in the firewalls to restrict, okay, to restrict the to restrict the unauthorized access. Okay, what is unauthorized, guys? Unauthorized meaning that, like, unauthorized means like this is a server, this is my firewall, and suppose there are two PC in the outside. Suppose I'm example. So this is a hacker PC, and this is a legitimate user. Legitimate user means this is the office legitimate user, like he is a genuine guy. Okay, legitimate user, MATE, whatever. So this legitimate user has access of this PC. This is server. Okay, this legitimate user, I will allow in the firewall that this legitimate user PC1 can access. I will allow it. Okay, other than that, no one. If this hacker want to access this server, I will block it. Okay, so this is called unauthorized access. Hacker is not authorized to access this server. This legitimate user, he belongs to the office, he is only authorized to access this server, but hacker is not. So that is the meaning of hacker. What is trying to do? Hacker is doing a unauthorized access to the server. Okay, understood? So what is firewall was doing? Firewall is actually preventing to unauthorized access of my LAN server, right? So firewall is what firewall we are doing. This is internet. Firewall is, this is hacker PC, suppose. So firewall, what firewall was doing? Firewall is, if you try to access this server, blocking. So firewall is actually, what firewall is doing? Firewall is actually preventing, okay, preventing the unauthorized access. Okay, firewall is preventing the unauthorized access, okay, and securing our LAN segment or LAN network, whatever it is. Okay, so now you understand what the firewall was doing, guys. Anyone have any doubt for this? Anyone? Guys, anyone have any doubt what is firewall was doing? Got it? Tell me, guys. All are in mute.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, understood?
Yes,
Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now come to the definition. So actually first I have explained it. Now I will show you the definition of that. Okay, the definition is firewall. So now we understood what firewall is doing. Firewall is a software or hardware based network security device, right? And it is what it is doing, which helps to organizations to protect from unauthorized access, okay, to their private resources, right? This is the definition. So now we know that what is the meaning of firewall and why it is important and what it is doing. Now we understand what is firewall and what it is doing, right, guys? Anyone have any doubt? Please ask me again. Anyone?
So, sir, it's like a ACL, no? But in advanced word in a broader way.
Sorry?
So it's like a ACL, sir, no? It's a much broader and advanced way. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's like a ACL is what? What is ACL? Is an access control list. So we can create a control list ACL on the router as well, right? We can create a router as well, but we can create the same set of rules. Router ACL is something else. Okay, they are a stateless router. Okay, sorry, they are stateless actually. Okay, but here, guys, because they are using a standard access list in the router, but in the firewall they have this is because router is not only doing ACL. Router is main job is to routing the packet. They are all the times checking the route lookups and forwarding the packet, right? And also, although it is also doing the access list and also preventing, but it is doing actually, yes, but firewall is totally dedicated for the security. Okay, firewall is totally dedicated to the security. It means firewall is also doing the routing part, but is most of the time, just like router is doing the 90% doing the routing part and 10% doing the security, right? Same thing, firewall is 90% doing the security part, 10% doing the security. We can use firewall. Firewall can also do the routing, BGP, OSPF, all are can run on the firewall. But most important thing of the firewall job is to secure your network. And how it is securing? It is securing with the help of sets of policy. Okay, set of rules. We can create a set of rules and policy. We can, like in the Cisco, we can say access control list, and here we are saying set of rules or policies, right, guys? Understood? So now we know what is firewalls. Okay, we can see in the checkpoint how the policy will create. Okay, so guys, next I need to explain. Okay, anyone knows how many types of firewalls? Please explain. Anyone knows how many types of firewall, guys? Amardeep, Pardu, Sanya, 𝐍𝐸𝐵𝐻𝐸, anyone?
No, sir, no, only basic knowledge of firewall.
Okay, understood. So now you guys understood what firewall is doing. That is clear? Everyone?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, everyone, right? If anyone have any doubt, please let me know. I will explain again. Okay, Sharanya, any doubt do you have?
No, sir.
Okay, if anyone have any doubt, please ask me. Okay, so now we know what is firewall and what it is doing and what is important. Okay, now I'm explaining types of firewall. So guys, we need to understand types of firewalls. It is a very basic. If you're going for any interview, they're going to ask what is the types of firewall. Okay, definitely they're going to ask. Okay, so guys, there are multiple types of firewall, but generally here I'm going to explain you about the 5 important types of firewalls. Okay, so very first, guys, the firewall which was introduced, they are packet filter. So packet filter is also used to say stateless firewall. I'm explaining what is stateless. Okay, I'm explaining what is state. So what happened? We know what firewall is doing. In the firewall, what we are doing? We are creating the set of rules, right? In firewall, what we are creating? We are creating the set of rules. We can also say set of rules as a policies, right? With the help of set of rules or policies, we can allow or deny some users. So like this is my firewalls, okay? And there is a one PC. The IP address of PC is 10.1.1.1, and then there is a there's a one more PC. Okay, just a simple example. And this IP, this PC IP, this is PC1, this is PC2, and IP address of this PC2 is 10.2.2.2. Fine, guys. Now, Now, okay. So now suppose if this 10.1.1.1, this PC want to access 10.2.2.2, what we need to create at the at the firewalls? We will create the policy, right? So how we will create? So who is initiating the traffic? PC1 or PC2? Anyone? PC1 want to talk. So who is the source initiator here? Guys, let me explain one thing. There is a one all the time you can remember. There is a one thing initiator and one is responder. Understood? These two things don't forget. Always remember. Initiator means what? Who is initiating? Who want to talk first? Who want to initiate a communication? That means initiator. So we can also say initiator as a source. Okay. And whom you want to talk, that we can say as a destination or responder. That is clear, guys? What is source? So here PC1 want to talk to PC2. Because what is the source IP here, guys? Source IP would be the PC1 IP. 10.1.1.1. That is clear what is source IP and what is destination IP? This is the destination IP. 10.22222. Okay. Destination IP. 10.2.2.2. So now PC1 IP is 10.1.1.1 and he want to talk to the destination PC2, which IP is 10.2.2.2. Okay. And which services or which port he want to talk. So PC1 want to talk on PC2 with port 443. 443 is for HTTPS, right? So these rules we will create in the firewalls. And what is my action? Action would be allowed. You want to allow, right? If you deny it, so it will not able to access. But I will create a allow. So allow means it is gonna be working. It is gonna be communication. Okay. For communication, it is going to be work. So this rule I have to be create in the firewalls for the communication of PC1 to PC2. That is clear, guys? Any doubt? I'm going to create again. This is my firewall. This is my PC1. IP of PC1 is 10.1.1.1. And this is my PC2. And IP of PC2 is 10.2.2.2. So if PC1 want to talk to PC2, what rules I have to be create? Okay, I have to be create a rules in the policy in the firewalls. So how we can create? We can give the source IP. What is the source IP? Source IP is this firewall. This PC1. So what is the PC1 IP? 10.1.1.1. To whom he want to talk? He want to talk to PC2. So what is it's called destination. Where he want to go? The destination IP is what? 10.2.2.2. Fine. And which services? Like he want to talk which services? Okay. Which port he want to talk? So this is destination port. He want to talk on port 443. And okay. And action is allowed. Action is allowed. So I have allowed it. This is a policy I have to be create in the firewall. So I'm explaining the packet filter, guys. So in the packet filter, I will create a policy, rule number 1. Okay, in the firewall. In the rule number 1, if I create this source number 10, this source IP to this destination IP to this port number allow, so it will only allow one way. Understood? Only allow one way. But if the PC2 will reply, that is not going to be work. Anyone know why? It is not going to be work. Why? Because if for the PC to reply, if the reply is coming, what is the reply? Because if he want to communicate, he will reply to him because he's a responder. Destination is a responder. Once you reply to him, it will not, my firewall will block this traffic. So we have to be also create a policy number 2. Okay, in the policy number 2, what is it? Now the traffic is coming from the PC2. It's the reply is coming. So if the reply is coming, so who is become the source here? Anyone? What is the source IP here for the reply? What is the source IP? Who is become the source?
2.2.
Yes. 10.2.2.2 is become a source. And who is the destination here?
1.1.
Very good. Destination IP is 10.1.1.1. And the port number is the same 443. Okay, action is allowed. Allowed. So I have to be create 2 policy. Okay. 2.2. Okay, very good. Very good, Pardu. Very good. Okay, so I have to be created two policy in the firewall for one communication. One traffic is going likewise and for the return. Okay, I have to be created two policy in the stateless. This is for the stateless guys. Packet filter stateless firewall. So likewise, it is become a very lengthy. It is a very old firewall, guys. It's a packet filter firewall. Is a very old firewall and very old-fashioned firewall. We are not using this. Okay. So in the packet filter firewall, just now you understand if traffic for the one successful communication, how it become a one successful communication, traffic will go like PC1 will initiate a communication first and he will get a reply. This is actually making a successful connection, one successful connection, right? So I'm explaining again, what is one successful connection? I'm just removing the file PC1, PC2, like 10.1.1.1. This is 10.2.2.2. Always remember, like if he want to communicate any traffic, so he will forward the traffic and he have to be responded. Then it's called a successful communication. Guys, who do you guys know TCP flags? Are you guys aware of TCP flags or TCP three-way handshake? Anyone? TCP three-way handshake?
Yes, sir.
Are you guys aware of this? These all three?
No, sir, no.
Okay, so guys, let me explain first what is TCP three-way handshake. So like here only, TCP three-way handshake, like if this PC1 want to talk to PC3, so he will first send a SYN packet. Always remember, SYN packet. It's called SYN means synchronization packet. He will send a SYN packet. Once PC2 will send a SYN packet, once PC1 send a SYN packet, then PC2 will reply with SYN ACK. Synchronizations plus this is ACK means acknowledgement. Okay, ACK. Okay, acknowledgement. Whatever it's called, acknowledgement. SYN ACK. Okay, and then he will forward a only ACK, not final ACK. Remember, he will forward a ACK. So this is called a three-way handshake, guys. Okay, first the initiator. Who is the initiator? Initiator is PC1. PC1 will send because he's the initiator, send a SYN packet. Then PC2, what PC2 is doing? He's forwarding a SYN. What is the SYN is coming? SYN acknowledgement means he's replying. What is replying, guys? First, I want to know. You need to know the basic of communication. Replying means if I am asking someone, I'm asking to you, hi. I'm saying hi, or what is your name? Something like I'm going to ask. I'm initiator. I'm going to ask to Amardeep. Hi, Amardeep. How are you? Reply to me.
I am fine, sir.
So you are replying, right? So you are replying to me, right? So when I am saying, hi, Amardeep, how are you? This is that time I am initiator. I am the initiator, right? And
Right,
I'm sending a SYN packet. Kind of. I'm explaining. I'm sending a SYN packet. And then you are replying means you are forwarding, you are acknowledging to my, it means it's called acknowledging means what? You are replying to my, whatever I have initiated a packet, you are replying to my packet. You got my point. If I will not say anything, you would be keep quiet, right? But if I am saying, hi Amardeep, then you are replying to my questions. Whatever I am asking, you are replying to me. So this is a very important. What is you are replying, right? So here SYN packet is going and PC2 here is become responder and he is replying to he's on his SYN packet. So here is also, guys. So this is actually three-way handshake. Okay. So here in the firewall, guys, I need to understand, guys. I want you guys to understand in the firewall terms as well. If this is PC1, this is PC2, the same IP 10.1.1.1, and this is 10.2.2.2. If he will want to talk to like PC2, he's the initiator, he forwarded a packet to PC2. So this is, if he will only forwarded a packet, is this a successful communication? Yes or no? No.
No.
Why? Because he till then, if he say hi, he has to be get a return message from PC2. Because he's a responder, he's the initiator, right? Whoever initiate a traffic is called initiator, right? And whoever respond is called responder, right, guys? So if he will initiate a packet, okay, that's fine, but he has to get a response. If he will get a response, it's called a successful message, successful communication. That is clear, guys? So for successful communication in the packet filter firewall, how many policy we are creating? How many policy we are creating in the packet filter? For successful communication, we are creating 2 policy. Okay, PC1, PC2, 10.1.1.1. Here is 10.2.2.2. For if he initiate a traffic anything, okay, and for the if he initiate any traffic, I have to create a policy source IP. Now you will understand very well. 10.1.1. Now destination IP is what? Tell me, guys, what is destination IP? 10.2.2.2. Suppose port number they are using 443. Okay, and action is allowed. Okay, action is allowed. So if I will create this policy in the firewall, this is source IP, this is destination IP, this is port number, and allow. So when this will initiate a traffic, firewall will check the policy. Okay, this is the source IP is coming, and he's going to destination 10.2.2 and port number 443. Action is allowed. Firewall will allow the packet. Okay, firewall will allow the packet. But if the PC2 will reply to that, firewall will block it. Why? Because it's a stateless firewall. So I have to create another policy, as I explained, right? And here my source IP, if the return packet is coming from PC2, so this is become a source here. Always remember. Okay. So here the source IP is 10.2.2.2 and destination IP is 10.1.1.1. Port number is same 443. Action should be allowed. So guys, always remember we have to create these 2 policy for one successful communication in the where? In the packet filter firewall. That is clear, guys? So in the packet filter firewall, we have to create 2 policy for one successful communication, right? So if I have to create 100 communication. So if I have to create 100 communication, so for this 100 communication, we have to create how many policy? 200 policy, right? Not clear? So like if we have 100 user here, 100 user, if you have 100 user, and those all user want to talk to this 10.2.2. So we have to create a 200 policy because one traffic is for that way and one traffic for the return packet. Yeah, very good, Pardu, 200. So guys, if you create for 100 communication, successful communication, you have to create a 200 policy. So my firewall is become, going big because his memory is going to become, very low because all the time for one single policy, for one single communication, we have to create a 2 policy. So it could be a burden. We have to create a more policy in the firewall. It could be a burden on the firewalls, right? Anyway, so this is what the packet filter firewalls, okay? And packet filter firewall also used to say packet, stateless firewall. So now guys, second types of firewall is stateful firewall. This is stateful. The previous one was what? Packet filter is what? Stateless was there, right? This is stateful. So guys, what is stateful? I will give you some history. So guys, just want to know that, are you guys good with the English? If anyone have any problem with the English, can ask me. I can also explain in the Hindi. Okay? Clear?
Yeah.
At least respond to me. Okay. So stateful is what, guys? In the 1991, I'm not sure the time, but yes, Checkpoint is the firewall. Checkpoint actually introduced the stateful firewall. Checkpoint is the first company who actually introduced the stateful firewall. Always remember. Okay? Stateful firewall. Okay. Around 1991. Okay. So Checkpoint company is made the first time stateful firewall. So what is a stateful firewall? I'm going to explain, guys. Okay. So stateful firewall is what, guys? So what is a stateful firewall, guys? As you understand the stateless firewall, you will also understand the stateful. Stateful firewall is what, guys? Like we have a firewall. Same example I will take. And there is a PC here in my inside PC1, which IP is 10.1.1.1. and here is our PC2. Okay, his IP is 10.2.2.2. Okay, so guys, now here's the same scenarios like in the previous. Now PC1 want to communicate with the PC2. Okay, so what policy we will create in the firewalls? I will create the firewall source IP. What is the source IP here, guys? Tell me. Guys, what is the source IP?
1.1.
Very good. 10.1.1.1 because PC1 want to communicate to PC2, right? And
Yeah.
my destination IP is, guys, 10.2.2.2, right? Okay.
Right.
Suppose he want to communicate on port number 443, fine. And action, what I'm going to do? Allow. I will create allow, okay, in the firewall. So I will create this policy, right? Only one policy. So in the one policy, traffic is going successfully one side, but for the return traffic, because this firewall is stateful, so this firewall is stateful, so I don't have to be create any return policy. No. Okay, we do not have a create any policy for the return traffic. It will by default, it will allow it. Understood? And why? Why? Because stateful firewall is maintain the state table. Okay, state table. Stateful firewall is maintain the state table, or also called connection table. Okay, connection table. That is fine, guys. So this I'm going to explain what is this. Okay, so guys, my stateful firewall is actually maintaining a state table. Okay, so what is a state table, guys? I want to explain here only. So state table is what? So with the help of state table, as I explained, stateful firewall is maintaining a one state table. Okay, state table. So what this state table helps? So in the state table, it will create a, guys, you guys know what is MAC table, MAC address table? No, could be if you know the CCNA something basic, right? So same like route table, you know, routing information. So in the state table, if any of the policy is hitting, any of the policy, like I have already created one policy. Okay, so like for this one communication, which policy I will create? As I explained, source IP going to 10.1.1.1, destination IP going to 10.2.2.2, port number going to 443, and action is going to allowed. Okay, this is one policy only I have created. Okay, so when this policy will create and the traffic is going from the firewall, so this my firewall will maintain one state. State means what? It connection. Whatever the new connection will build now, it will have all the information of this connection. My firewall will make a one chart, okay, or state table or connection information. So in the state table, my firewall going to maintain the information of source IP, destination IP. What he will maintain? Okay, what is the source IP going? So in the state table, he will maintain, okay, source IP information 10.1.1. And guys, there is one more thing, source port. Okay, he will also have an information in the state table. He will also have an information of source port. What is port, guys? I will come into this. Meanwhile, guys, I will explain here. What is port? Anyone knows what is port? I will explain, guys. First, I will explain port, then I will come to the state table. Port is what, guys? We have a like port. Port also used to say services. Port ko we also used to say services. Okay. So what is port, guys? From one, actually in American they are starting from the 0. Okay, but I could say from 1 to okay, let's use American terms. So Americans actually they are using 0 as well. So 0 from 65535. Okay, so that from 0 to 65535, 65,525, that much of ports, only the port, that much of, this is the range of total port. This is a range of total ports or services. Okay, and out of this 121024, this is actually called well-defined port. Well-defined port, guys, note it down. This is very important. Okay, well-defined port. What is well-defined port? Well-defined port means what? These ports are already defined. Already, like defined means already named. It means Like guys, we know what is the port number of telnet? 23 telnet port, right? What is port number 80? 80 is for HTTP, right? What is the port number 443? What is the use of this? What is the name of 443?
HTTPS.
HTTPS. So now you understand, even for the SSH 22, okay, there are multiple. 21 is for FTP, okay. There are multiple, 25 for SMTP. So these ports from 1 to 1024, these ports are already defined, well defined. It means defined, like their services are defined. Like 23 is only used for the telnet, 80 can only use for the HTTP, 443 is used for the HTTPS. It means they are all defined. 22 is used for the SSH, 21 for FTP. So these are all predefined, okay, predefined. Their services are predefined. But out of after 1024 now, those are not defined. We can use for any means. So understood, you will get some ideas of what are the ports. Okay, no doubt. Anyone have any doubt? No? Okay, so I'm going to explain something, guys. What is source port? Now I'm going to explain the source port here. Okay, what is source port, guys? Source port, like if you initiate any connection, okay, so source IP, we know that my firewall will get a what is a PC IP, it will have a information. But the same time, whenever if any new connection, whenever this is a PC and this is a PC, what if this PC, PC1, PC2, if this PC want to initiate any connection, like this IP is 10.1.1.1, this IP is 10.2.2.2, if he will initiate any connection, this is a source IP. The same time, when the session will connect now, same time one source port also will create it. This source port would be anything from out of 65,000, any random port number like 4233. This is any random, okay. And this is actually defined the like what is. I will explain you again. Like if you go to the CMD, okay, CMD we know, and let me go to the Google here. Okay, it's going to the Google now. Come to the. If I go to the CMD, guys, and I will do the net state -a, if I run this command, so you can see that, guys. Okay, so now this one going to be Google, the last one. So this is my laptop IP 192.168.1.0. Okay, now you can see that it is going to the some destination IP. This is my source IP 192.168.1.100. This is my source IP, and this is my source port 51968. Okay, you can see that. Okay, these are the source port. So guys, for each connection, like for this, if you see that, what is the source IP 192.168.1.100, and this is source port 51968. So it will take a randomly any of the number. Okay, and it is going to the destination 2394, some of the IP, and this is their destination port number anyway. So guys, for any connection there would be some random source port. Okay, for any connection there would be some random source port. Always remember, guys, some random source port. Source port, the whenever if any new connection would be established, there is a one source port also created, and that source port is a random. Always. Okay, guys. So now you will know what is the source IP as well. Okay, sorry, source port as well. Now come to the state table, guys. So firewall, as I explained, firewall maintain the state table. What information there? So if any connection will be established in the firewall, if any connection will be built, my firewall will maintain a one connection table or a state table. In this connection, it will have a information of whatever the connection going on. It will take a one information, all the information of this connection. So what is the source IP? Like source IP is 10.1.1.1. What is source port? It will take any random port. Okay, like 3868. Could be whatever it is. Okay, it doesn't have a much information, but it has a much important, but it has a, okay. And it have a information of what is the destination IP here is going to 10.2.2.2. And what is the destination port number, guys, is going to 443. I'm fine. Okay, and it will also create a one session ID. It will also have a one session ID, like whatever like I'm giving number 1. I don't know. It could be any session ID. So this connection would be, this information will be maintained in a state table for this, for like if PC1 10.1.1.1 want to initiate a connection from 10 to 2. So it will, once the firewall will allow it, it will maintain this state. Okay, source IP information, source port information, destination IP information, destination port information, and session ID. Okay, very important, guys. And when the return traffic will coming from the 10 to 2, okay, there is no need of creating any new firewall policy. Why? Because when the return packet is coming, my firewall will check the state table. If any connection is coming to the firewall, it will check it will do the session lookup. It's called a session lookup, or it will check the state table, and it will check that whether this connection is a new connection or it's a return packet. Understood? So it will check that if any return packet is coming, it will check that whether it's a new connection or it's a existing means return packet, existing connection. Okay, but we can say existing connection. Okay, my firewall will check that whether it's a new connection or existing connection. So definitely if return packet is coming, it means it's an existing connection. So how my firewall will identify it's an existing connection? My firewall will check the information from the state table. And the state table, if has the information of, okay, this is the same source IP, same destination IP, same port number, and the same session ID, okay, he will get the information of the return packet. Okay, this is a return packet. Actually, I have information of in the source, in the state table. The same packet going from the inside, from the that way. This is the coming from the return packet because I have information of the same packet in the state table. So then firewall will not check any policy and it will simply allow it. Understood, guys? This is very much important. So this is what the stateful firewall. In the stateful firewall, for each connection, we have to for one single connection. Like if you have to create 100 connection, then we can create 100 policy only, right? No need of creating a double policy like in the stateless we have created, right? So this is the difference between the stateless and stateful. Okay, stateless firewall is there. We have to create a 2 policy for one successful connection because it's a stateless, and stateful firewall it maintain the state table or connection table. So for one successful connection we have to create a 1 policy only. Understood? And it is very much fast. Why fast? Because in the stateless firewall we have to create a multiple policies, right? But here we have to create a 1 policy for the 1 connection. Okay, so in the interview they will also ask difference between stateless or stateful firewall. It can be asked stateful firewall 100%. Okay, sometimes it will ask stateless firewall, stateful firewall. Okay, guys. So guys, anyone have any doubt for the stateful firewall? Stateful firewall maintain the state table or connection table. That's it. Okay, on the behalf of state table, if any return packet is coming, it will check that all the information in the state table, and it will identify it's the same return traffic which is goes from the inside. So then it will allow it. Okay, so guys, anyone have any doubt in the stateful firewall? Please ask me. Clear?
So, sir, for every service we have to create a policy, or create do a configuration firewall manually for using every services, or there is any other way to
no, there is no, we are not using any other way. First, this is very basic. That is all the advanced stuff. I will let you know later. But like just understood for like for if there is a 1 PC,
okay,
and the same way this is a firewall, and this is my PC2. Okay, and like whatever the IP 10.1.1.1, this is IP 10.2.2.2, and if like this PC 10.2.2.2 want to communicate with this PC1, okay, and he want to communicate on port 443, sorry 80, port 80. So whatever the requirement would come in your office in your real time, the same time you have to create a policy in the firewall accordingly. Understood? So always remember, guys, we have to create policies in the firewall in the behalf on the behalf of always source IP and destination IP and the services port number. Okay, this is very important. So now you understand what is stateful firewall, guys. Stateful firewall is very important. And guys, always remember that today's generation all firewall are stateful. Understood? We are not using packet filter firewall or stateless firewall. We are all using stateful firewall. Understood, guys? Nowadays, all firewall are stateful firewall. Okay, we will see later on or next generation firewall. What is next generation firewall? Those things. Okay, now come to this, guys. Applications level gateway firewalls. This is nothing. This is a proxy. We can, if you heard of proxy, what it does, guys. Like, guys, you guys know OSI reference model, right? OSI layer. Everyone knows?
Yes. Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Everyone knows. Very good. Okay. So guys, see that. So what is application level of gateway firewall? So we know that there are 7 layers, right? Physical layer. Is asking. Yeah, very good, Pardu. 7 layer. So like we know that there is one physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer, okay, session layer, okay, presentation layer, and then there is a application layer. Okay, application layer. Application layer is also used to call application layer. Layer 7. We can also say layer 7. We can say layer 7 to the application layer. Always remember. Okay. So what application layer is doing, guys? So what? That's why this firewall. There is a one firewall. Okay, that is called application level gateway. Means application firewall or proxy firewall. Why? Why it is called a proxy or application firewall? Why? Okay. Before going on application firewall, let me explain. My stateful firewall is actually working on layer 3. We know that. Anyone? In which layer router is working? Anyone?
L3.
Guys,
Layer 3, sir. Layer 3.
yes. So layer 3 means what? Layer 3 means network. Layer 2 means data. Where switch is working? Switch is working on layer 2, right? Because for switch, we no need a IP addresses. It can work on MAC address. So MAC address is working on layer 2. But firewall and router both are working on L3. Always remember. Okay? Because why? Because if you put a firewall in any of the network, my firewall interface required a physical IP addresses. Fine. So if any device required a physical IP addresses, it means it's work on layer 3. Always remember. Okay. So my firewall working on layer 3, that's why it's required a physical IP address in the network. Anyway, so guys, but okay, it's working on layer 3, but my firewall is working on layer 3 to layer 7 as well. Okay, layer 3 to layer 7. Okay, so layer 7 is what? Like application layer. It means according to the name application layer, we can know that applications which are working on the application layer. So in the application layer is what happening? Like port number 443 is HTTPS. HTTPS is working on application layer. HTTP traffic is working on all other services, right? All other services are working on application layer. 21 telnet, FTP, okay, telnet. These all are the working on application layer. Okay, guys. So my firewall, even any URL, okay, bottom to top approach, kind of, not from bottom but from L3 to L7. Okay. So what happened, guys? So in the application layer, all the applications are working. So like, guys, if this is my PC1 and he want to access facebook.com, okay, he want to access facebook.com. It's like any website. We can also, guys, we know that we can use to say website as a URL, right? We can also use to say websites as a URL, right? So like if any users in my inside network, my office inside LAN network, he want to access any of the URL or websites, those websites, if you want to allowed or if you want to block by the firewalls, so that decision can be taken by the application layer gateway. Okay, it means, let me explain some more of the application layer gateway. Like this is application gateway, okay? Application firewall. This is my application firewall. Okay, and there is my all the LAN user are there. Okay, sorry, LAN user, multiple LAN user are there. Okay, and there is something like this is facebook.com. Suppose facebook.com. This is destination facebook.com. Whatever it is, facebook.com. Like this is PC1, this is user 1, user 2. So like I will create a policy in the application firewall that I will allow only user 1 to access the facebook.com, but I will block user 2 to access the facebook.com. So like guys, for blocking, for URL allowing or blocking, to allow URL, okay, to allow URL means websites, or block URL, blocking the URL, okay, blocking the URL. We can do it in the application layer gateway. So like in my office network, okay, in my office network, so this is my firewall, and if we have a multiple office LAN network, guys, okay, multiple PC, okay, multiple users. So if like this one want to go to the access of youtube.com, okay, he want access. So whatever the URL, facebook.com, youtube.com, twitter.com, naukri.com, whatever the URL, your users, your employer or your inside PCs, whatever they want to access, if you want to allow or block it, so accessing of URL, we can do it. Accessing or blocking the URL, we can do it with the help of application firewalls. Understood? So for the application firewalls, okay, we can allow and block the URL connectivity. That is clear, guys? So application firewall is actually helping to allowing or blocking the URL for the users. Okay, which URL, which websites you want to allow for the users, or like for this PC one, I want to allow facebook.com, but I don't want to allow him as a youtube.com. It means this, I can create a policy in the firewall that user one can get the access of facebook.com, but he will not get access of youtube.com. Likewise, we can create the policies. Okay, we can create the policy for user 2 that like he can get the access of all the banking stuffs, like a banking .com, whatever the bank, he can get the access, but he will not get access of any social media network. He will not get access of a Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter, okay, Google Plus, whatever. He will not get access, but he will get access of banking.com. So like if you want to give and like for the PC3, I will not give access of any of the URL. He will not get any of the internet access. So kind of guys, we can all the websites access. If you want to allow or block for the users, we can do it with the help of application firewalls. That is clear, guys? Anyone have any doubt?
No doubt, sir.
Very good. Okay. So guys, yeah.
Sir, it is a software based or some physical device?
नहीं, ये hardware है. Hardware. पहले software based भी होता था, firewall पहला software based भी होता था, but now everything is hardware. Okay. Okay. So ये WebSense नाम सुनो, McAfee proxy. Have you heard of McAfee proxy, WebSense proxy, Blue Code proxy? No, these are all application firewall. Okay. Okay. Now see the next. Now see whatever we are going to learn now. This is my next generation firewall. Okay, our checkpoint firewall is the next generation. So what is next generation firewall, guys? In the next generation firewall, like I have explained what is stateful firewall, right, guys? Stateful firewall. What is a stateful firewall? Plus application firewall. Okay. Guys, one more thing I want to explain. Anyone knows what is IPS? What is IPS, guys? Anyone? Please tell me. IPS means intrusion prevention system. Okay. What IPS is doing? Anyone knows? No? No one? Anyone, please?
No, sir.
Okay, well, just say yes or no. Yes. So IPS is what? This is not for the something police related. No, this is a device. This is a hardware device. Actually, earlier it's a software also, but it's a hardware device. What it is doing, this IPS is actually has a signature. It has a signature. This IPS has a signature database. Okay, database. What is the meaning of this? Like this IPS is a hardware device. There it has all the details of signatures. What are the signatures? It has a signature database of all attacks. What is attacks, guys? Flood attacks, scene flood attacks, worms, not for the viruses. For viruses, they have an antivirus, but for all of the scene flood attack, DDoS attack, DOS attack, whatever till now, from the since beginning 90s, whatever the attack happened to the device, whatever the attack coming now, all attack has some coding value, right? All attack has some coding signatures. So this coding value is called signatures. Whatever whatever the viruses is not a virus. It's not a coronavirus. No, it's not a virus, guys. It's all are the coding. It's all are the coding signatures, guys, actually, right? So whatever the DOS attack, DDoS attack are coming, it's all are some kind of a coding structure. So those are called signatures. Okay, signature of this particular attack, like a scene flood attack, DDoS attack, DOS attack, any malware attack. So this IPS has a details of all the attacks of the. It has a details of all the signature of all the attacks till then. Whatever the attacks has happened till from 1991 till now, till today, whatever attacks has happened, it has a details of all the signatures. Okay. So what IPS is actually doing, guys? So what IPS is actually doing? Like if this is my IPS, okay. So it has a signature database, right? So if any packet, this is a user and he's forwarding any packet to like there is any PC, PC1, PC2, and this PC2 any forwarding any packet. So this packet actually this is a packet. This packet will actually first intercept by the IPS. Okay, and IPS will what it does. IPS will whatever the database it has. IPS has a signature database. So IPS will match this packet with all of this database. Okay, guys, please mute yourself. Guys, what IPS is doing? Oh, my voice is not audible. Guys, I am audible. Hey guys.
Yes, you are.
Yes,
you are.
Oh, okay. Satish Kumar, actually, I am audible for everyone. Okay. Okay. Please check your connectivity, guys. Okay. Okay, I am audible. So, guys, see that what IPS is there, guys. IPS is what? Like if any of the packet is coming from the outside, so IPS is it will check this packet with all of its signature, whatever the signature information this will have in their database, it will match this packet with all of the signatures. This signature is what? All of the attacks. Okay. If the packet will not match, of any of the signature, it means this is a good packet and it will allow it. Good packet because it is matching with all other signatures. This signature of is what? This is a signature of all the attacks, right? So if any packet is coming and his IPS is matching with this this signature database, and if it is match, what happened, guys? If it is matched, if like this packet have some kind of a signature which is actually match of one of this IPS signature, so it means this is some virus or there is some kind of attack information. Understood? It means this packet is not, this packet has some kind of a it is a vulnerable packet. So this IPS will then drop this packet. Right? This is clear what IPS is doing. That is clear, guys. IPS has a database of signatures, and whenever voice is not audible. Satish Kumar, actually my voice is audible for everyone. Please check your connectivity. Please check your connectivity. Let me please check your headphone. Okay. Okay. So guys, what IPS is doing? Okay, fine, guys, fine. So what IPS is doing, everyone knows. IPS has a database of signatures. If any packet coming from the user, IPS will check this packet and match this packet with all of this signature database. If anything will match, it means there is some bad stuffs or vulnerable stuffs in this packet, and IPS will drop it. Whatever the policy will create accordingly, IPS will drop it. If it is not matched, it means it's a good packet, it will allow it. Okay, so now we know that what is IPS, guys. Understood what is IPS? Just a review I've given. Okay, we know what is IPS now. Say yes or no at least. You understand, right? What is IPS?
Yes.
Okay. So now in the next generation, guys, next generation firewall is actually has a features of stateful firewall. It has a features of application firewall. It also has a features of IPS. It also has a features of antivirus. Okay, whatever the antivirus would be, whatever the antivirus stuffs, it has a stuffs of antivirus. Also, it has a stuffs of like spyware. Okay, spyware, all the side stuffs. Also, it has a data stuffs. Okay, data filtering. So it means this next generation firewall has a technologies of all the stateful firewall, application firewall, IPS, antivirus, spyware. It's a mixture of everything. Like combined, like earlier we have a different stateful firewall. For application filtering, we have a separate firewall. For IPS, we have a separate device. For antivirus, we have a separate stuffs. Spyware, we have some separate. So now all combining of all this, they have make one single device. It's called a next generation firewall. So next generation firewall is actually has a features of stateful firewall, application firewall, IPS, antivirus, everything. Understood, guys? What is the meaning of and? It is very fast. The second thing is it has a features of everything, but also it is processing the packet very fast. Okay, it is processing the packet in a fast manner. That's why it's called a next generation firewall. Okay, so now we understood. So we are going to learn about the next generation firewall only, because our checkpoint is a next generation firewall. Fine, guys. Okay, our checkpoint firewall is a next generation firewalls. Got it? Guys, anyone have any doubt? Okay. So now, guys, there is one more type, guys. I can say it's called a transparent firewall. Okay. So what is transparent firewall? Transparent firewall means, guys, like if we have some kind of a L3, there is one L3 switch. Okay. L3 switch, and it is connecting with a router. Okay. L3 router. And then there is a suppose internet. Okay. Internet. Okay. And suppose this interface IP address of L3 switch is 10.1.1.1. And this interface of a router is IP of 10.1.1.2. Okay. And then there is my LAN, all office LAN connected, all users are connected. So suppose, guys, this topologies is a very old topologies. And now your office or company has decided to put a firewall in this between. Okay, to put a firewall in this between. So how gonna work, guys? If you put a firewall in this between, okay, so there would be a trouble. Like if you put a firewall, if you put a L3 firewall here, so now you have to change all your topologies. You have to change the IP address of the topologies. You have to change multiple things if you put some kind of a L3 firewall here. So that's why I will put a firewall here, but this firewall will work as a L2. L2 means L2 switch. Okay, L2 switch is working on L2, right? So likewise, my firewall will work as a L2 firewall. It means whatever the security policy I'm creating, all things will create the same. It will all securing the network, you're securing your data, everything like the same features, but it will work as a L2. It means I don't have to put the interface IP addresses here. No, because it is working as a L2. Okay, L2 switch kind of, right? But it is all the time, it is for securing policies, everything it can do. It can do whatever it is doing as a L3. So that's why it is called a transparent firewall. It's like a bump in a wire. Okay, so we no need to change any old topologies. Okay, but my firewall is there in between. We can put it in the in between topologies, but it can secure, or it is successfully securing the network. But we no need to change any of the topologies which is previously working fine. Okay, so that's what, guys, transparent firewall, where my firewall working as a L2. Okay, and there is a no need of changing the topologies, and it is securing the network like it is securing the network as a L3 the same way. Okay, guys, so that's what transparent firewall. So these are the 5 types of firewall, guys, I want to explain, guys. Okay, so now, guys, these are the vendors of firewalls. So these are SonicWall, WatchGuard, Palo Alto, FortiGate. So these are the company actually, guys, are making a firewalls. Okay, so guys, Palo Alto is the #1 firewalls, and even the Checkpoint. These 2 are the #1 firewalls. Okay, and even the Cisco as well. These 3, Fortinet as well coming, and also Juniper. So these 4-5 firewalls are the booming in the world. It has a very much demanding. Okay, these are the company actually manufacturing the firewalls. Okay, so now come for the Checkpoint firewall certification, guys. So like, guys, if you go for the certification of the Checkpoint firewall, so there are, as I explained, for the core certificate, we have a CCSA and CCSE. Okay, Checkpoint Certified Security Administration. This is the admin level of certification. If you go for this certificate, you will get an admin level of knowledge. Okay, and like creating a policy, creating a routing informations, objects. Okay, so those all are the stuffs you will get in the security administration CCS certificate. But in the CCS is the expert level of certification, where you can do the deep troubleshootings, all the VPNs, encryptions, decryptions, where all the troubleshooting level. Okay, so troubleshooting level of expert knowledge you will get here at the CCSE. So in this class, in this session, guys, we are going to explain all the CCSA and even for the CCSE as well. Okay, guys. So that's what all, and I'm not sure about the prices, but could be the $250 the price for those all are the certificates. So that's for the Checkpoint certification. If anyone interested, anyone have any doubt for this certification details, anything, guys, please do let me know.
Sir, how much content are available for the CCSA in this course?
Now, in this course, we are going to explain both, okay, CCSA and CCSE as well. So I will go from the very beginning level, okay, and we will reach to the advanced level. So even for all the stuffs, we are able to manage all your firewalls, but you are able to go for the advanced level as well. This price is not for us. This price, if you go for the certification of this from the Checkpoint, okay, this is not for us, nothing. It is for if you go for the certification. Certification means what? From the Checkpoint. Okay, so after this course, if you want to go for a certification, please go for that. So it will give you a weightage in your resume, and you will definitely get a very good job. Okay, it is a very high demand. Okay, guys. Okay. Okay, guys. Anyone have any doubt? Please ask me.
No doubt, sir.
Guys, anyone have any doubt? Please ask me. Okay.
No, sir.
Okay. So, guys, just I will take a 5 more minutes. So, guys, tomorrow, guys, I'm going to explain about all this history of Checkpoint. Okay, what are the history of checkpoints, and I will explain tomorrow also as well about the packet flow of checkpoints. What are the packet flows? Okay, and deployments of the firewalls, and I'm going to explain about the 3-tier architecture of the checkpoints. Guys, we do have a, yeah. Anyone have any doubt? Please ask me. Guys, we do have a lab here as well. So whatever I'm going to do, whatever I will explain it, guys, okay, we'll also learn it from the lab. I will explain all the labs very well, okay, and we will see, whatever I will explain, we will do the labs as well, and then we will do the practice for the lab as well, guys. Okay, so guys,
what is the duration of this course? Like
this 2 months, guys.
2 months. So we can have the certification within 2 months, like parallelly we can.
No. You once the course would be complete, then only you can go for your certification, this certificate, right? Because once you will get all the knowledge, then you will go for the certification. First get all the knowledge. Yeah.
So do we require any additional readings that will help to clear out the certificates?
No. Whatever I'm explaining, that is enough for you guys. Okay.
Okay.
Nothing required for the additional. Whatever I explained, that is enough for you. Okay.
Okay. So notes will be provided by you, right?
Yeah, definitely. all the whatever I'm creating the slides, those will be shared with you guys. Okay. Okay. And whatever I will explain, see that the way I'm explaining, I'm not explaining in the way of slides, because I have never, even though you can see that I have mentioned some definition here, but I have never explained, because I don't want to explain the definitions. I want you guys to understand in the whatever I explain the practical knowledge. Once you understand the practical knowledge of that, you will understand all the definition. Even you can speak on your language in your definition once you're able to understand. So my focus is how much cost for the course. Further, these all the cost all will explain by the networkings. Okay, not from by us. Okay, guys. So guys, that's all for today, guys. Hope it's clear. Okay, and I will explain all the things on the tomorrow class. Tomorrow at the same time, 2 p.m. Sunday. Okay, I will explain all the checkpoints very beginning, all the packet flow of checkpoint, deployments of checkpoint, theater, architecture of the checkpoints. So these are, if you go for the interview of checkpoints, they're going to asking the first question, explain the theater architecture of checkpoints. First questions. Okay. So this was all, and even the what is the flow, packet flow of checkpoints, guys. So I will explain everything tomorrow. Okay, on the 2 p.m. Okay, guys. So that's all for today, guys. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
If anyone have any doubt, any questions, please ask me.
The timing will be the same, sir?
Yeah, same from 2 to 4. Yeah. It's a weekend batch. Yeah.
Sir, sorry, actually I was joined late. I mean, if you could brief about yourself, so we can.
What?
I mean, I was joined late, so I was missed the starting lectures. Like, I guess you already brief about yourself and since how long you are working in this.
Okay, I didn't brief myself, but I'm a working professional and I have more than 12 years of experience in the network security. Okay. Yeah. And here I'm taking the class of the Palo Alto. Also, I'm taking class of checkpoint. Also, I'm taking class of AWS security. So those are things I'm taking here in the networkings. Okay. So yeah, so that's all. So even I'm a CCI security certified. Okay. So if you're aware of CCI security certification, so I've done in 2012. 11 years before. Yeah, guys. So that's all for myself, guys. So that's all for today, guys. Okay. So whatever I've explained, if someone would miss, I will explain tomorrow as well. Okay. No need to worry.
Okay. Fine.
That's fine, guys. Okay. Yeah. No need to worry, guys. I will go very slow because I want you, everyone, to understand each beat of whatever I'm explaining. If you'll understand, then only I will go further. And guys, if anyone have any doubt, don't be shy. Ask me 100 times. I will explain you 100 times. Okay, because if you will not understand, then what is the point of study? Okay, so whatever the times you will ask, I will explain. Don't be shy. If you ask for 100 times, I will explain 100 times. Okay, so that's all for today, guys. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.